Hi, I'm TJ.
And I'm Whitney.
And I'm the owner of Discovery Construction and Design and the builder on this custom project in Rigby.
And I own Whitney Simpson Design, and I had the opportunity to collaborate with TJ on this build.
We'd love to take a minute to show you the house, so come on in. We're gonna showcase the living room and kitchen area in this house. Whitney was instrumental in coming up with a design for, I guess, would you call it the accent of the house?
Yeah, it's kind of the focal point. We wanted to match the entry level, so we went ahead and went a little bit more grand with the built-ins. With some accent lighting above it. And as you know, sometimes throughout building, things have to evolve. And we were originally gonna do white oak beams up here, but once we kind of got the overall vision for the space, we decided to just maybe do white and accent it, so then the built-ins felt more like the showcase. I think they turned out beautiful. The stain color was amazing, and it was a custom stain color through their company. It was one of the prettiest ones I've ever seen.
The other thing that I really like about this is concrete mantle done by Precast Design. They knocked it out of the park for us.
And the cool thing about Precast is you can customize it. So they have a bunch of different colors, shapes, and they'll come and measure and make it perfectly for your space.
The stone was supplied by Stone World Supply out of Rigby, and then we did a whitewash over the top of it, so it kind of muted it a little bit and tied everything together. We didn't want it to be too overpowering for the white oak, which will take us to the kitchen. If you want to follow us, we can take a look at that. When we were coming up with the design of this spot, we wanted it to feel warm and welcoming, and it was a collaboration between Whitney, the homeowners, and myself.
She knew she wanted white oak with a white oak island, but we still wanted to make it feel bright and cozy. So we did these beautiful glass towers to kind of showcase in the space. We did floor-to-ceiling cabinetry that really showcases the height of the room. And then we did this really pretty champagne bronze hardware throughout.
Rock solid granite tile provided all of the granite tile in this house and did a fantastic job. But Whitney came up with a detail on this island that I think she kind of knocked it out of the park on this, so.
Anywhere that there's a space to do something cool or make it feel custom, I feel like you gotta go for it. So here we did this pretty fluted detailing on the uppers of this drawer bank, and I feel like it turned out so good. TJ, another thing I really liked about this kitchen is, again, the window is such a focal feature that when you can frame it in with beautiful tile work, it just is a showstopper.
And I think the color that you picked, it was the perfect tile for this area.
We also added some pretty accent lights to match the faucet, and I just think this space turned out so beautiful. I love it.
One of the other features we love about this space is the arched doors, which was Whitney's idea from the start. Leads us right into this pantry area.
Sometimes you look into a pantry and it just looks very basic. I felt like this spot right here was a good space to showcase and make it have like a pop of color. It's functional and it's pretty, which I love the combination of the two.
We wanted everything to tie together, right? So even after that set of cabinets was on, we added all of these floating shelves to match the cabinet,
Yeah.
Put that underneath to match, and added this beautiful quartz countertop.
That's the important part about meeting constantly on the site is him and I together decided, let's make this color the same color as the built-in cabinetry, just to make it look upscale and make it look nice. Again, what you see when you walk in is cohesive, so I really like that. Okay, let's check out the mudroom. So in here, again, we wanted to add a little bit of color that still complemented the kitchen. So we went with a warmer, moodier green color. Floor-to-ceiling cabinets for lots of storage. There's electrical. Again, that is something that it matters from the beginning.
We talked about that when we were meeting on cabinets,
Yes.
right? So when we were designing this, between the client and Whitney and myself, what do you want? What's your, what are your must-haves? And power in the locker unit was a must-have. So again, you incorporate that during the course of the build.
You have Pinterest, then you have functionality, and I love when we can marry the two and make them both, because functionality really matters in a home. And I feel like functionality-wise, we carried that into the laundry room, and TJ came up with this great idea that let's hide the ugly appliances and let's put them under here. So this is a Roomba storage space.
It's functional in the fact, again, one of those things that you sometimes don't think about when you're doing the design of it, but it's easy at the beginning if you
Right.
plan for it.
So we decided to do this awesome porcelain tile that is made to look like a brick. A lot of people actually think that it's brick that's whitewashed, but it's actually a porcelain tile and it cleans amazing. It's kind of a tried and true tile that I've used quite a few times because everyone loves it and I just think it's beautiful. Okay, TJ, should we check out the master?
Let's go.
Okay.
So a couple things to notice in this room is we did shiplap on the ceiling. Throughout the house we have higher base and we incorporated that same base into that tray ceiling. And Whitney wanted to kind of pick a light fixture that was a focal point of this room, right?
Yeah, so the tray ceiling in itself, we wanted to make it feel special, but then the lighting kind of accents the room. We carried this champagne gold color throughout, as well as black doorknobs. I love mixing metals in spaces. I usually try to keep it to 2, but getting the right color gold is key. And there's little design features like that I feel like are good to know from the beginning so you can carry out that same vibe throughout the entire house.
Agreed.
Okay, so in here, the homeowner wanted something that was user-friendly, that could clean really well. So we went with a porcelain tile that looked a little bit more like a marble, and we carried that coordinating tile into the curbless shower.
It's got 2 shower valves on it, some custom niches that are built in. I think functionality was a key for them, and I think they liked how it turned out. I love this area. All 3 of these mirrors open up and they have medicine cabinet storage behind them. Again, we have power in all 3 of them. And this was a detail that we had to work out when we were framing. Again, understanding what the client wanted, how to execute it was a combination between the client, Whitney, and myself to bring this to fruition. So this area of the house has 2 bedrooms. Both are kind of master suites to a certain extent. On the way through, we'll stop and take a look at this half bathroom. Even though it's a half bath, I think Whitney did a fantastic job of showcasing this.
Yeah, and sometimes powder bathrooms are a fun space to do something more unique. Right here, we did a marble mosaic tile that again coordinates with the warmth of the home. We did a grass cloth textured wallpaper around the perimeter of the room and a beautiful statement light right here. TJ had a great idea with creating this furniture piece.
So what we decided to do is we built a panel that is magnetic, so it's easy to get to if you ever need to get to the plumbing. But when you close it off, it gives it a finished look and you're not looking at plumbing fixtures. Now I'll show you the second bedroom that's on the main floor. That's connected to its own bathroom. Whitney had some great design features that went into this one and I'll let her tell you about it.
So sometimes in certain spaces like this, we don't necessarily want to blow the budget with really expensive fixtures. These are still really nice fixtures, but I think it's a fun space to mix metals. So we went with sconces here and a mirror in the middle. The mirror still feels big, chrome here, black throughout, and the client was super happy with it too.
Let's go over to the foyer, the entryway and office, which is Whitney's design function from the get-go. She saw the vision of this when we first started. And it's honestly one of my favorite parts of the house. So.
Yeah, so originally we were gonna run the LVP into the entry. But again, I was like, this is such a grand space. Let's do something awesome. So we did this diamond pattern tile. It's a classic look. It's something that is pretty timeless and one of my favorite things about this home. We did this really cute built-in space wired for some special lighting from the get-go. We added some vertical shiplap here that carries into the office. We did the vertical shiplap around the whole perimeter of the room. There are spaces where it's a good place to do color drenching or color washing, and this was a good space because the lighting was a lot. Originally, the client wasn't sure if she wanted to do the ceiling dark. TJ and I talked through it and we both thought it would look awesome. And so we showed her some pictures and she loved it. So we went with it.
The other nice part about this office when we were first meeting is they wanted a space that was actually functional for 2 people to use, right? So everything can be hidden from printers to monitors to we have pencil drawers.
Right, and we use this warm wood throughout in a couple different spots to kind of play on the white oak, but make it a little bit warmer. This is a butcher block that was a custom stain color to match those.
And this is actually a maple top. So you can see how you can use different species within a project as long as the colors tie in together, right?
Right, and that's a huge thing with getting a builder that's willing to find the right stain combinations. Different wood species pull different colors, and they were really good about making sure all of the stains with the different species still match. Okay, TJ, let's go check out the basement.
Sounds good. But before we go down there, I want to show you this beautiful railing. Ironman Ornamental did all the ironwork on it. We built the newel post and the top cap railing. Whitney came up with the accent trim on the wall, and I think my trim guy did a fantastic job pulling that together.
Yeah, he did awesome. Okay,
should we go?
Let's check it out.
Just wanted a functional space where they could entertain family and friends, and Whitney came up with this built-in idea to do a built-in right here.
Sometimes people just do a furniture piece in a space like this, but if you plan ahead, you can do a really cool element like this. We did a stained white oak vertical shiplap. Again, you see the vertical shiplap in a couple places throughout the home, which I like doing. I like carrying certain features throughout, and we matched the built-in desk space over here.
It's the first time that we've ever done a desk area in like a main entertaining area.
Kids can be hanging out doing homework or whatnot, and then they kind of still feel part of the space.
Yeah, so super cool. The other thing is it just basically leads right into the workout room that's just right off of the main living room area. Whitney wanted to do something kind of cool, something different to accent the mirrors.
Yeah, so instead of just putting 3 frameless mirrors in a space like this, we added some cool trim that made it feel like a built-in.
And again, there's a closet in there.
We did the rubber flooring in here.
We did the rubber flooring, yep. And leads us right into the half. It's really 3/4 bath.
So in here we did this warmer white oak color. We did a polished nickel, which pairs beautifully with gold. And we did this beautiful bullnose trim piece here that matches the tile. And whenever you can do that in a space, it just is stunning. Should we go to?
Let's go to this bedroom. This is another bedroom downstairs, and the client actually came up with the idea on this wall.
Her original picture was 3 arches maybe, and we did 4 just because it made more sense in the space.
And I think that 4 was the right call.
Right, and it's awesome when the client adapts to the ideas too. And so it worked really well in this build. I feel like throughout the whole entire process, we all worked great together to make her overall vision happen. So we wanted to do a fun pop of color in here, and I love more muted colors. I think they turn out really pretty and classic. Maple, butcher block, stain, that warm white oak color down here.
This is kind of an awkward space, right? It's tucked back into the corner.
Right, and anytime you can do anything that's a built-in feature, it really elevates the space. And we also did some sconces in here, came out here and measured the size of the bed and the size of the nightstands and where those needed to go.
Whitney is thinking about the finish of it, and I'm thinking about how to make that finish happen, right? So where did the electrical go? What do we need to do in order for her to see her vision come to reality?
So they have a daughter that really wanted to make her room feel special. So we did a color in there, and we kind of complemented the color in the cabinetry in here. It's kind of a muted sagey green color with the champagne gold, which I love pairing the two together. Again, this is a fun space to do some special things. So we did a marble mosaic tile, this really pretty wallpaper around the perimeter of the vanity space. Kind of a special mirror to make it feel just cute for her.
I have to say that Ferguson Plumbing and Supply did all of our appliance and plumbing fixtures. They were easy to work with, and I think it turned out fantastic.
Yeah.
This is another bedroom that we have down here. And again, Whitney came up with a design.
Yeah, and originally I had an idea in the space to maybe do wallpaper, but then when we got in here, we felt like just the size of the room, it made more sense to focal this space. So we went ahead and wrapped a chair rail around the room did pencil trim. This is the same pencil trim as we did up in the stairs. I actually let her pick her color. So I gave her a couple options and she loved that color. And then we also complemented the color in the vanity in her bathroom. So we did a fun accent light because there's cans in here, but there wasn't a center light. So we did this cute little light fixture, and this space is really cool.
When we were digging, we had to over dig and some stuff like that. So we had a space that wasn't supposed to be in the house that we just went ahead and did. So back in here is a hidden room that they can access through this Murphy door. Easy to close, and just kind of one of those other little touches that make a custom house a custom house.
I love again that we married the design elements and made a cool feature with the bookcase. So I think she's gonna love it.
Well, I think that takes care of the tour.
Yeah.
Anything else that we need to talk about?
I think we covered it.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thanks for taking a tour of our house with us. This is the first time we've actually done a video tour, so excuse us if it wasn't perfect, but that's just the way it is. I want to thank all my subs and suppliers, and Whitney is fantastic to work with. I think if you're looking for a designer on a house, she is.
Thank you.
She's the answer. So
I had such an amazing experience working with TJ and Jaron. Jaron and I worked really closely together throughout this entire thing. Just was an overall amazing experience, and I would love to continue to work with them on every project if possible.
Well, I know Whitney's got to take off quick, but before you leave, I want to show you a couple things outside, and I want to bring in my foreman, Jaron Davis, to kind of take you a tour of that. So,
okay, thanks.
See ya, thanks. So I kind of want to introduce you to my foreman, Jaron Davis, who is instrumental in all of our builds. So I'll pass it over to him.
Yeah, just so before we get wrapped up here, there was just a couple things on this exterior that I kind of wanted to highlight. We've got all tongue and groove pine soffit out here. The beam work and these posts I think really came together. Custom metal railing from Iron Man. Wanted to give a couple quick shout outs to some of our subs. Tanner Orchard, WD Harris, our framers, they did a killer job on this back deck, all the timber frames. A cut above, Rob, my deck guy, killed it on the deck. The deck turned out fantastic. It's one of my favorite parts of the house. So another thing I wanted to show you guys is this awesome epoxy floor that Classic Concrete Coatings did for us. I think it turned out amazing. Again, my deck guy Rob, a cut above, built this wheelchair ramp with this railing for us. How we bordered it with the transitions here, flipped the direction of our truck so everything kind of flows up and over. It's just some of those small details that really make everything come together and everything finish nicely. One last little detail we wanted to highlight before we get out of here today is these custom garage doors we got from Summit Garage Door. They're super helpful when it comes to design and meeting with the clients and really helping clients pick a door that functions and is aesthetically what they're looking for.
Again, we want to thank everybody for coming through our digital showcase of this house. It was a pleasure to build. We want to thank our homeowners for allowing us to showcase it. And if you're looking for a custom home builder, reach out to us and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or reach out to us personally, and we'd love to get in contact with you. Thank you.